Morning, my dear children, and welcome back for our science classes. Us, my dear children, we have already completed our 11 lessons in the subject science. Today, beta, we are going to start the lesson number 12 in the subject science, and this lesson number 12 is going to say something about the sound. What is sound? How it is being produced? What is sound? How it is being produced? So, listen, my dear children. Sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Sound is the form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Because of the sound we are able to hear. We are able to talk with one another. We are able to listen to others because of the sound. This sound is the basic medium of communication. This sound is the basic medium of communication among the birds, among the animals, among the human beings. We the human beings are communicating with one another by talking. We the human beings are communicating with one another by talking. Either we are talking on the mobile, either we are talking with one another, or whether the teacher is teaching in the class, or suppose the two persons are talking with one another. They are communicating with one another with the sound. So we are talking and communicating. When we are talking and communicating, it means we are producing the sound and communicating with one another. So since we are talking and communicating with one another, talking is the form of producing the sound. So we are communicating with the sound with one another. So my child, what is sound? Sound is the form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Because of the sound we are able to hear. Now my children, the question arises how the sound is being produced. Sound is being produced because of vibration. Sound is produced because of vibrations. So a vibrating body, when any body is vibrating, it is producing the sound. When any body is vibrating, it is producing the sound. Now what are these vibrations? Vibrations are the very rapid to and fro movement of a body about its mean position. So what are vibrations? Vibrations are the very rapid to and fro movement of a body about its mean position. So my child, I have already told you what is sound. Sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Sound is produced because of vibrations. What are vibrations? Vibrations are the very rapid to and fro movement of a body about its mean position. It means when any body is being beaten or when any body is being struck, the outer surface of that body start moving to and fro, means forward and backward, forward and backward, forward and backward at a very, very rapid and a fast rate, and because of the sound is being produced. Suppose a person is beating the dholak, the skin of the dholak is vibrating at a very, very rapid and a fast rate, and it is producing the sound. Suppose a drum is being beaten, the skin of the drum is moving very, very rapidly and fastly. The skin of the drum is moving very, very rapidly and fastly, forward and backward, and it is producing the sound. In the same way, suppose you are stretching the rubber band. Suppose you are stretching the rubber band between the two fingers, and suppose you are jerking the rubber band. You are jerking the rubber band. The rubber band is vibrating. The rubber band is vibrating very rapidly, forward and backward, up and down, and it is producing the sound. So, my children, when any body is being struck or beaten, the outer surface of that body start vibrating. It is producing the sound because the outer surface of the body is moving forward and backward at a very, very rapid and fast rate, and it is producing the sound. Now, my child, so let us see what is sound. So, what are vibrations? Vibrations are a very rapid to and fro movement of a body about its mean position. Mean position means the position of the rest. So my child, whenever you are beating any body, the outer surface of the body is moving in a very, very rapid and a fast rate, and it is producing the sound. Now my child, we are going to come to the topic that is going to say something about the means how we the human beings are producing the sound. Now let us see, my children, how we the human beings are producing the sound. How we the human beings are producing the sound. So my children, we the human beings are producing the sound with the help of the sound box. This sound box is called the larynx. This sound box is called the larynx, and this larynx is being situated on the upper surface of our windpipe, on the top of our windpipe. So my child, see, suppose this is our windpipe. Suppose this is our windpipe. So on the top of the suppose this is our windpipe. Windpipe. So my child, on the top of the windpipe, my child, there is a larynx or the voice box. On the top of the windpipe, there is a larynx, larynx or the voice box, voice box. On the top. Suppose this is. So my child, we the human beings are producing the sound with the help of the larynx. The larynx is also called the voice box. And this voice box is situated on the upper surface, on the upper part of the windpipe. Suppose this is the windpipe. It is our neck. It is our neck. So on the top of the windpipe, inside the neck there is the windpipe. On the top of the windpipe there is the larynx or the voice box. So now this larynx or the voice box contains the thin membrane, thin membrane, membrane, thin membrane for the vocal cords. So my child, we the human beings are producing the sound with the help of the sound box called larynx, with the help of the sound box called the larynx or the voice box. It is being situated on the upper surface of the windpipe in our neck region. And this larynx or the voice box contains two thin membranes for the vocal cord. And when we are producing the sound, these two thin membranes for the vocal cord or the thin membrane, they start vibrating and produces the sound. So my child, we are able to produce the sound with the help of the larynx called the voice box, which is being situated on the upper surface of the windpipe in our neck region. When the air is passing through this windpipe, when this air is passing through this thin membrane called the vocal cord, this thin membrane or the vocal cord start vibrating up and down in a very rapid and fast way, and it produces the sound. My children, when we speak, our lips, our tongue, our roof of the mouth, our teeth, our voice box help in making the sound of different words. Now my child, beta, so these thin membranes are called the vocal cords, and these thin membranes are called the vocal cord, and these thin membranes can be stretched or loose, with the help of the muscles which are attached to them. Now my child, after this we are going to come to the topic that is going to see something about the propagation of the sound. Second topic is propagation. Propagation of sound. Propagation is movement. Propagation is movement. How does the sound is moving from one place to another place? How does a sound move from one place to another place? Actually, my child, so see, the sound moves from one place to another place with the help of the medium, with the help of solid, liquid and the gas. Sound can travel, or sound can move, or the sound can propagate from one place to another place with the help of the medium, So my child, sound is the medium. Either there should be solid, there should be liquid, or there should be the gas. Suppose solid, liquid and the gas is there, then the sound can travel or the sound can move from one place to another place. Suppose there is no solid, no liquid, no gas, or there is vacuum, vacuum. In vacuum, sound cannot travel. So my child, in a vacuum, sound cannot travel. Propagation of the sound means how does the sound move from one place to another place? Actually, sound moves from one place to another place with the help of the medium. Either there should be the solid, there should be the liquid, or there should be the gas. If the solid, liquid and the gas is not there, sound cannot travel. Sound cannot travel in a vacuum. Vacuum is the place where there is no solid, no liquid or a gas. The speed of the sound is number 1 in the case of the solid, number 2 in the case of the liquid, and number 3 in the case of the gas. The speed of the sound is number 1 in the case of the solid, number 2 in the case of the liquid, number 3 in the case of the gas. It means the sound is traveling with the fastest speed. The sound is traveling with the fastest speed in the case of solid, with the fastest speed in the case of liquid, and the slowest speed in the case of the gas. It means the sound is traveling at a very rapid or a fast rate in the case of the solid, means the second to the solid in the case of the liquid, and the third position of the sound traveling is in the case of the gas. Now my child, let us assess the sound. The sound needs a medium to travel from one place to another place. If there is no medium, if there is no solid, no liquid, no gas, sound cannot travel from that place. So propagation of sound means the movement of the sound from the solid, liquid or the gas. Now my child, listen very carefully. Sound travels, T-R-A-V-E, sound travels in the form of waves, sound travels in the form of waves by vibration, V-I-B-R-A-T-I-O-N, vibration. Sound travels in the form of waves by vibration. Now my child, whenever the sound is traveling in the air, what is happening to the air molecules? That they start moving the sound from one place to another place. When the sound is traveling to the air, what is happening to the air molecules? That the sound start traveling in the air from one place to another place. Actually, suppose this is our air. Suppose this is our air molecules. Suppose this is our air molecules. Suppose this is our air molecules. They are what? Air molecules. M-O-L-E-C-U-L-E. Air molecules. Suppose these are our air molecules. Suppose these are our air molecules which are equally distributed. Suppose these are our air molecules which are equally distributed or uniformly distributed. Suppose these are our air molecules, they are uniformly distributed or equally distributed. Whenever the vibrations are passing, when the vibrations are passing. So my child, what is happening? The air molecules are being pulled and pushed. When these vibrations are passing, when these vibrations are passing to the air, these air molecules are being pulled and pushed. When these vibrations are passing to the air molecules are being pulled and pushed. So my child, sometimes what happens? These air molecules are being pulled. So these air molecules are coming close together. These air molecules are coming close to one another. Then they are being pushed. Then they are again pulled. They are again pulled and again pushed. Then they are again pulled and again pushed and again pulled. So my child, you can see somewhere these air molecules are coming closer, somewhere these air molecules are going away from one another. So let us see, when these vibrations are passing to the air molecules are being pulled and pushed. So somewhere these air molecules are coming closer, somewhere they are going away from one another, just again closer, again away, again closer, again away. So when these vibrations are passing to the air molecules are being pulled and pushed. Sometimes they are coming closer, sometimes they are going away, sometimes closer, sometimes away, sometimes closer, sometimes away, sometimes closer, sometimes away. So my child, the reason where the air molecules, it is called compression. C-O-M-P-R-E-S-S-I-O, compression. When the air molecules are coming closer to one another, because of pulling, it is called compression. And the reason where the air molecules are far away from one another, it is called the rarefaction. F-A-C-T-I-O, rarefaction. So much of compression, rarefaction, rarefaction. Like this, the compression, rarefaction, it goes on, and because of this, the sound is able to travel in the form of the air. So listen very carefully. When the vibrations are coming in the air molecules are being pulled and pushed. The region where the air molecules are being pulled, it is called the compression, and where the air molecules are being pushed, it is called the rarefaction. Again pulled, again pushed, again pulled, again pushed, again pulled, again pushed. Like this, my child, the air molecules are being compressed and rarefaction. both these phenomena are going and the sound is able to travel from one place to another place. Sound is able to travel from one place to another place. So my child, I have told you, when sound is produced by vibrations, what are vibrations? Vibrations are the very rapid to and fro motion of a body from its mean position. A vibrating body produces the sound. Then we have seen the propagation of the sound, how the sound is traveling from one place to another place. So we have seen that the speed of the sound is the topest in the case of the solid, second position in the case of the liquid, and third position in the case of the air or the gas. Then we have seen how does the sound travels in the air. So whenever the vibrations are passing in the air molecules are being pulled and pushed. Air molecules are being pulled and pushed, and in this way the sound is traveling from one place to another place in the form of the wave. So my child, the reason where the air molecules are being pulled because of the vibrations called the compression, and where the air molecule being pushed, it is called the rarefaction, and this continuous compression, the rarefaction goes on, pulling and pushing goes on, and the sound is able to travel in the air from one place to another place. So these are the air molecules, these are the vibrations which are passing through the air. So they are compressing and pulling the air. Now I tell you, after this we are going to come to the topic that is going to say something about the air. Important characteristics of the sound. So my child, the important important characteristics, the important characteristics of a sound. Let us see the important characteristics of the sound. First one is the amplitude. Amplitude. Second is the frequency. Frequency. Third one is the time period. Then the fourth one is the speed. Speed. So my child, these are the four main important, the important distinguishing factors of the sound waves are amplitude, frequency, time period, and the speed. So my child, these are the important factors of the sound. The important factors of the sound are what are the important factors on which the sound depends? So the important factors on which the sound depends are the amplitude, frequency, time period, and the speed. Now let us see what is amplitude. The maximum displacement of a body from its mean position. The maximum displacement of a body from its mean position is called its amplitude. The maximum displacement of a body from its mean position is called an amplitude. Suppose my child, this is the pendulum. It is at the rest. Suppose this is the pendulum. It is at the rest. It is called the mean position. It is called the mean position. So my child, it is the fixed point. Then it is the thread, and it is the ball. Suppose this is our pendulum. It is the fixed point, it is the thread, and it is the metal ball. So much as suppose this is our pendulum, it is the fixed point, it is the thread, and it is the metal ball. It is at the rest. Rest means the mean position. So my child, see, suppose it is going to take from here to here, to the point A. So from here to here we are taking. So the maximum distance we are taking, it is called the amplitude. The maximum displacement from the mean position is the position of the rest. So the maximum distance you are taking from the mean position is called the amplitude. So what is amplitude? The maximum displacement or the maximum movement. The maximum displacement or the maximum movement of a vibrating body from its mean position is called this amplitude. So suppose it is the position of the rest or the mean position to the maximum distance you are taking, that is called the amplitude. Now frequency. What is frequency? The number of oscillations per second. The number of oscillations per second is called frequency. The number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. The number of oscillations per second is called frequency. Now what is oscillation means? Suppose which is the position of, now what is oscillation? Suppose the position of the rest. So one time going, one time coming, one time going, one time going and one time coming. Suppose from the position of the rest we are leaving to here A. Now from here to A we are leaving. So A to this one time going, one time coming. One time going and one time coming. It is called the oscillation. Means suppose it is the position of the rest, we are taking it to the point A. From the point A it is going to the point B. It is going to the point B. So see we are going there. A to B and B to A. A to B and B to A. Means one time going and one time coming. One time going and one time coming. It is called one oscillation. So my child, I told you amplitude. What is amplitude? The maximum displacement of a vibrating body from its mean position. It is called the amplitude. Now what is frequency? Number of oscillations per second. Number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. Now what is oscillation? So suppose we are breaking it to the point A. From the point A it is going to point E. And from the point which is again coming to the point A, it is called one oscillation. It is called one oscillation. It means one time going and one time coming. It is called one oscillation. So see the frequency, the number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. Now come the time period. What is time period? The SI unit of the frequency is the hertz. The SI unit of the frequency is the hertz. Now the time period. What is time period? The time taken to complete one oscillation. The time taken to complete one oscillation. The time taken to complete one oscillation is one time going and one time coming. One time going and one time coming. It is called one oscillation. And the time taken to complete one time going and one time coming, that is called the time period. The time taken to complete one oscillation is called the time period. Now the speed means at what speed is it traveling. At what speed is it traveling. So as I have told you my child, the speed of the sound is maximum in the case of solid, second position in the case of the liquid, and the third position in the case of the gas or the air. Sound travels with different speed in the different mediums like the solid, liquid and the gas. The speed of sound in air, at 0 degrees Celsius is about 330 meters per second. Sound travels fastest in solid, slower in liquid and the slowest in the case of the gas. So my child, it is all about the sound. So what is this my child? What is amplitude? The maximum displacement of a vibrating body from its mean position is called its amplitude. The number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. The time taken to complete one oscillation is called the time period. And the speed, it depends upon a different medium. So my child, once again let us understand that amplitude, frequency, the time period. Suppose this is our pendulum. It is the fixed point, it is the thread, it is the metal ball. It is at the rest, or it is at the mean position, Suppose from the position of the rest, from the mean position, we are taking the point A. We are going to take it to point A. So the maximum displacement, or the maximum movement from the mean position is called the amplitude. Now suppose the point A, suppose the point B. Suppose we are leaving from the point A, so it will go A to B and B to A. So one time going and one time coming, it is called the frequency. So it is said the number of oscillations, it is one oscillation, the number of oscillations per second. The number of oscillations per second is called the frequency. The number of oscillations in one second is called the frequency. And the time taken to complete one oscillation is called the time period. So my child, what is oscillation means one time going and one time coming. It is called one oscillation. And the time taken to complete one oscillation is called the time period. So my child, the important factors of the sound are amplitude, frequency, time period and the speed. Now my child, after this we are going to come to the topic that is going to say something about the audible and the inaudible sound. Now second is the audible. A-U-D-I-B-L, audible, and the inaudible. I-N-A-U-D-I-B-L. inaudible sound. So my child, listen, what are audible and the inaudible sound? Audible means which can be heard. Audible means which can be heard. The sound which can be heard by us, they are called the audible sound, and the sound which cannot be heard by us, they are called the inaudible sound. Sound which can be heard, they are called the audible sound, and the sound which cannot be heard, they are called the inaudible sound. So audible, A-U-D-I-B-L, audible means which we can hear, and the inaudible, A-U-D-I-B-L, inaudible means which we cannot hear. So my child, there are two types of sound. There are two types of sound: audible sound and the inaudible sound. So the sound which can be heard, the sound which can be heard by us, they are called the audible sound, and the sound which cannot be heard by us, they are called the inaudible sound. Now my child, after this we will come to the topic. Now what is the audible sound? Suppose the frequency of the sound is between 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. 20,000 Hertz. Suppose the frequency of the sound is from 20 Hertz to the 20,000 Hertz. Suppose the frequency of the sound is from 20 Hertz to the 20,000 Hertz. It is called the audible sound. It is called the audible sound. Our ears are adapted to listen the sound. So human beings are adapted to listen the sound of frequencies from 20 Hertz to the 20,000 Hertz. Inaudible sound means below 20 Hertz, and above 20,000 Hertz, about 20,000 Hertz. Suppose the frequency of the sound is below 20 Hertz. Suppose the frequency of the sound is below 20 Hertz. We are not able to listen the sound. And suppose the frequency of the sound is about 20,000 Hertz. Suppose the frequency of the sound is about 20,000 Hertz. We are not able to listen. So they are called the infrasonic. I-N-F-R, infrasonic. Infrasonic, and the other ultrasonic. So listen my child, the frequency of the sound which we can hear are from 20 Hertz to the 20,000 Hertz, and the frequency of the sound which we cannot hear are from below 20 Hertz, they are called the infrasonic, and about 20,000 Hertz, they are called the ultrasonic. So my child, both whether it is the infrasonic, whether it is the ultrasonic, we are not able to hear such type of sound, so they are called the inaudible sound. So my child, sound is of two types, audible sound and the inaudible sound. The sound which can be heard by us, they are called the audible sound, and the sound which we cannot hear, they are called the inaudible sound. So audible sound frequency from 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz can be heard by us, and the inaudible sound is below 20 Hertz. They are called the infrasonic sound, we cannot hear them. And above 20,000 Hertz, they are called the ultrasonic sound, and we cannot hear them. So my child, it is all about my child. So we can only hear sound in certain frequency range on an average of 20 Hertz to 20,000 Hertz. Most human beings cannot hear the sound of frequencies lower than 20 Hertz and higher than 20,000 Hertz. Now sound waves of frequencies about 20,000 Hertz are called the ultrasonic waves, and below 20 Hertz are called the infrasonic waves. So my child, it is all about the sound. In your next class, I will tell you the topic about the difference between the music and the noise, and what is noise, what is music, and what are the different type of the other kinds of the sound. So my child, once again, let us revise what is sound. Sound is a form of energy which produces in us the sensation of hearing. Now how is this sound produced? This sound is being produced because of vibration. This sound is being produced because of vibration. Now what are vibrations? Vibrations are the very rapid. Vibrations are the very rapid forward and backward, to and fro movement of a body. What are vibrations? Sound is produced by vibrations, and the vibrations are the very rapid to and fro movement, or the forward and backward movement of a vibrating body from its mean position. So my child, the body which is vibrating at a very rapid and a fast rate, it is producing the sound. And the body which is vibrating slowly, it is not producing the sound. The body vibrations are the very rapid forward and backward to and fro motion of a body from its mean position. Fast vibrating bodies are producing the sound, slow vibrating bodies are not producing the sound. We have seen when we are beating the dholak or the drum, the skin start vibrating and they start producing the sound. In this thing, my child, suppose we are having the rubber band and we are stretching the rubber band between our finger and the thumb, and when it is being stretched, we are going to put our finger, with our finger, the rubber band will start vibrating, it will start producing the sound. Then we have seen how does the sound travels in the air. So we have seen the sound travels in the air in the form of compression in the rarefaction. When the sound vibrations are passing in the air, these vibrations are pulling and pushing the air molecules. Means they are compressing and rarefaction the air molecules, and the sound is able to travel in the air. Then we have seen about the audible and the inaudible sound, what are audible and what are inaudible sound. My children, in our next class we will see about the music and the sound, and we will also see about the different type of the musical instrument. Thank you very much. Please read the lesson. You will get more betterly, and please watch this video properly. Thank you very much.